I could, of course, talk about capitalism and escapism and overarching agendas outside of ourselves, but hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My shawl today is giving Stevie Nicks and I'm here for it. So for this video, I do not want to talk about the Met Gala, which just happened a couple days ago. Instead, I will be talking about the immense pressures of staying in the know in the fashion industry and how that contributes to a sense of societal overstimulation and overconsumption with not only fashion but media as well. Now, before I get into all that, I just want to say that I am in no way putting the people down who like to talk about the fashion at the Met Gala year to year. I just want to talk about my own personal reflections that I've developed over the course of my time in fashion school and as I prepare for my career, because if you guys don't know, I am graduating next week! So I will be moving and developing a new background for my videos. It'll be a dreamy vibe, and that's all I'll reveal for now. I just hope that my new setup idea looks as good in real life as it does in my head. But anyway, let's get into it. I want to start off by saying that people here on YouTube came out with their commentaries within a day or two of this event. I noticed this while trying to do my own research of possibly doing my own commentary as I tried to find clips from the event because I sure as hell wasn't going to sit through the entire live stream of it. But then that's when I realized I don't want to talk about it. And I don't know, I mean, does anybody have anything nice to say year to year? I just personally don't see a reason to tear something to shreds. I am not saying everyone does that. I'm just saying that when I do see it happen, I'm just kind of like, eh. But I want to highlight, I guess, the urge to deeply analyze, to tear things apart, to turn our eyes to these overly glamorous, out-of-reach events. I won't go too deep. I could, of course, talk about capitalism and escapism and overarching agendas outside of ourselves, but this will really just be a reflection of keeping up with the news, keeping up with trends, being on trend yourself, and how exhausting it can be even though it's such a huge part of modern society. I want to tell you guys about my first exposure to this. So at the school that I go to, there's this lady on staff who is very much known for her connections in the industry. She's always reposting opportunities on LinkedIn and stuff like that for us students, and she was the person we'd all be referred to in our department for informational interviews. She really knows her stuff. It takes time to build your own interpersonal skills, network connections, and things like that, so I was excited to talk to her. We had a little online meeting. Almost immediately once our meeting started, she quizzed me. She said something along the lines of, what was the new KKW beauty launch today and with what partner? Something along those lines. And of course I was like, I was a brand new student. But she was trying to emphasize that staying in the know concept. She said that arguably that's the most important thing as someone in fashion, especially for me because I'm an apparel merchandising major. I definitely feel like there were some moments in the interview where I got slightly condescending vibes. I tried to ask a lot of good questions. Maybe, I don't know, some of them were silly questions, but I was brand new to this. But I took notes on all the helpful tips she gave me, such as what types of platforms and magazines to keep up with, which I really appreciate. But as for the celebrity stuff, I don't care. If you know everything about everyone, what are you doing? I think that certain things are very important to know about, like sustainability initiatives in the fashion industry. Amazing things like new biodegradable and/or plant-based fabrics. Inclusive shade ranges in makeup brands. The projects that celebrities either start or contribute to aid social and/or global issues. That's cool. But the petty gossip and/or photos that come out about celebrities, outfits on the street look bad or lazy looking, or they're caught with some person in public, or when they're out just trying to do normal things even. It's blown up to be this huge dramatic thing.
It's a distraction.
Yes, I want to be a buyer, a trend forecaster, a stylist. All of these jobs within my apparel merchandising degree that are really fun. But a lot of it depends on the niche of the company that you work for. For instance, if the target market is, say, women who are 65 and over, living in the Midwest in the US, you're not going to be spending hours on TikTok, nor are you going to be spending time picking apart all of the posts of all of the Kardashians on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Your research, communication, observation, and analytical skills can be applied to anything. But not everything will be crucial for you to know. And it took me a while to realize that. I would say that the most relevant and influential fashion magazines and platforms to follow, though, are WGSN, Vogue, Women's Wear Daily, Business of Fashion, and the NRF, or the National Retail Federation. As a fashion student, I had access to these for free, but now I'm going to have to spend my own money to keep up with these. I haven't really looked into what it's going to end up costing me yet, but I feel like $10 here, $10 there, $10 there is going to add up. The people that I've talked to with industry experience do say that the most important platforms to keep up with are WGSN and Vogue for sure. However, Business of Fashion, or BOF, has some really helpful weekly emails that contain the newest news, I guess, in regards to everything from celebrity partnerships, new projects, business decisions within brands, and stuff like that. Also, NRF has an extensively huge archive full of all things sales, business, retail, and fashion worldwide. But okay, wait. What is up with the Pantone color of the year and the WGSN trend forecasting? Because let me tell you, everyone looks to WGSN. The corporate teams of your favorite brands develop their upcoming lines for the future based on those reports. Ultimately, they say their stuff and we just follow that. Pantone declares the color of the year and then WGSN comes out with their huge trend forecast report thingy, whatever. Why do they get to decide? There's a video on WGSN's YouTube channel that talks about their trend forecasting process. But honestly, it wasn't that helpful. They mentioned the global connections they have and the intuitive side of their decision-making process. But besides that, there's nothing else that they really talked about or disclosed in detail. They do a great amount of incredibly detailed analysis. That's the past. And even though they talk about the future a lot in their video, there's literally a part at the end where they anticipate, aka choose, the materials, the colors that are up and coming. And then, like I said, literally everyone just follows that. They just go with that. Although backed by research, WGSN is ultimately deciding on these things. If you want to check it out for yourself, a link to the video is in my description. It's all just... But moving on to the next thing I want to talk about, something that I like to do is what I call my Pinterest trend tracking. This is my way of keeping track of trends based on observation alone. On a college campus full of young millennial and Gen Z fashion majors, I pretty much see every new trendy thing on the internet in real life. As you can see here, I actually missed a season, spring-summer 2020, with 2 pins. But in my defense, now that I think about it, that was during the panoramic. But anyway, this is just a little fun thing that I like to do. It sharpens my eye to pick up on shifts in fashion in everyday life and how trends from online are applied to different lifestyles. Of course, TikTok and Instagram come with their own array of inspiration, but Pinterest is definitely my favorite. I just like the energy. It's good and it's chill. Sometimes on Instagram it's hard to discover new things. And more I feel like TikTok just kind of sucks the life out of you. I don't spend that much time on it anymore personally, but its reach and influence is undeniable. So in conclusion, I don't comment on things like the Met Gala fashion because I just don't want to. Don't get me wrong, I love fashion, I'm in this industry for a reason, but I do believe in the fact that you can engage with whatever you want, whenever you want. The people who are passionate about this type of thing, that's really cool, and they can do a much better, more passionate job talking about it than me. So if that's something that you're interested in too, feel free to go ahead and check out those other videos on YouTube to learn more about what was seen at this year's 2023 Met Gala. I also just want to say that it's okay to be tired. It's okay to not consume certain media, despite how fast trend cycles have become, how influential influencers are, and just overall how pop culture and social media have evolved over the years. I actually watched a really cool video the other day by Alexa Sunshine 83 called "Fashion is Kind of Exhausting Right Now," talking about this. She brings up some very good and valid points that I didn't touch on, so if you want to go ahead and check it out, it's linked in the description. At the end of the day, what is entertainment? What is mainstream? And who defines these for the collective? So that is it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please go ahead, give it a like. If you have thoughts, comments, things to say, please go ahead and leave a comment down below. And if you aren't subscribed to my channel already, think about it. Do it if you want. Wishing you a great rest of your day, and I'll see you soon.